Well, thank you, Professor Hawk, for letting me do this final project on something that's very dear to my heart. Ever since 2015, when I first went to Kenya, I started dreaming about the idea of starting a school or a ministry to do theological training and education in Kenya. So I took the advantage that you gave me to be able to do this final project on this dream that I have. So thank you so much. I wanted to share a couple of things with regards to what I've learned. I wanted to, first of all, share that I was very excited when I started thinking about item two, just the idea of like what it would look like to have either a new something that we can give the sponsors or something that we can do to actually create revenue for this nonprofit, which is Discipleship Works. Dreaming about was this idea of like, okay, what if we actually started a print shop? Because one of the big issues that we've had in the past is that our students don't have the funds even to be able to purchase our workbooks. So, we've had to find sponsors and be able to send the money or have someone there buy it for us and actually deliver it to the students. So it's become an issue. So what if we actually were able to when we were able to have something that not only could solve this issue for us, but also generate income. So just this idea of being able to have income from this project, just being able to have materials produced at a high quality, and like I said, also provide services for local churches and even schools or businesses that this could generate revenue and also employ some of our students maybe or people that in the community. It also allows to have some more awareness in communities and churches so they know what we're doing. Another thing that was very much something that Kenya is when I started looking at the size, the scale of the theological education market in Kenya, I realized that we were not only competing against other nonprofits that are doing similar work to what Discipleship Works is doing in Kenya, but also we're competing against this, the theological schools, the Bible schools in Kenya, and these are just four of the main ones. Daystar, also we have PAC, and we have this other, what is it, AIU. So just to be able to look at these different schools and to do some comparison and to be able to see that actually Discipleship Works is actually leading in some of these areas like an open access policy and affordability and just using the T model. We can see it here in the green, how Discipleship Works is leading in those, even with these universities, which are, according to Kenyan standards, very expensive and even though we're only doing it with very few students right now, but what if we could do it in a larger scale? And the dream is to think about like, what if we could, if we did this in a larger scale, what would it take? So being able to see this analysis just gives us, gives me, that we're doing well, and what are some of the things that we can eliminate? Maybe it don't really matter to our customers or I mean to our students, and then we can actually eliminate those. We can raise others. We can reduce some. So, but just being able to look at this, and then again. Blue Ocean strategy, just thinking about that also, just like where are we going to be? How is it that we're going to not just do what other schools or other NGOs or nonprofits are doing well? Waters. So for me, that was something else that I wanted to highlight in this presentation, and I'm trying to get to that. Let's see. I looked at this other Blue Ocean strategy canvas. I looked at not only first I looked at the big schools. Now I'm looking at these big NGOs that and nonprofits that are doing work in Kenya, like Word Partners, Christian Leaders Institute, and African New Life Ministries. These are big ministries that I've known about. Actually, them is that they only emphasize preaching, so they're not looking at what we're doing, like just basic pastoral theology. They're just focused on preaching. So this also gives us an advantage, and also gives us maybe later on an opportunity for partnership as well with them, because we're not doing preaching as good as they're doing it. So maybe that's a partnership opportunity that we have. And also, so in looking at this, I was able to see that we actually, again, I won't say against them, but in comparison to them, we're also leading an open access policy, which means that our students don't have to have a high school diploma to be able to study at free of cost, and also using the T method, that theology education by extension. So this is something we're actually leading. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is when I looked at the Ansoff matrix and also the Taos matrix, I was able to see that we can increase the reach of our existing programs with current markets by launching a social media campaign, which would highlight stories from our platforms like Facebook. In Facebook, we only have about 200 followers, but in YouTube, we have a little bit more than 1,000 that we can reach out to, and then we can make those platforms grow as well. So also we're planning on having this new app. That's something that's going to really distinguish us, and that's going to put us in even more uncharted waters. And the other thing as well that we can do is using the Taos matrix. I was able to see that we can leverage our strengths approach by SOARS International. We're actually training some of their leaders, about 8 of them. And then we also have A3 that's in the works, something that I'm going to be having a meeting in this next couple of weeks. So that's something that's very, very promising, so that we can have those partnerships. And I think that's have access to more resources. So these are just some of the things that I wanted to highlight. And finally, I just wanted to say a big thank you to you, Professor, for your help, for allowing me to do this project on Discipleship Works, something that has been in my heart since 2015. Like I said, it's just coming to fruition. I'm just seeing some of the fruits from that ministry. So I'm just so excited. Maybe in about 1.5 years, we're going to have our 3rd cohort graduating with 41 students from the Basic Pastoral Theology program, which is 2.5 years program. And then we also have another cohort of 8 or 9, I think it's 9 students that are doing a pilot program that I just put together. It's called a ministerial program, and it's a program that has 8 different courses on it, different that's gonna not just allow them to have basic pastoral theology, but it'll have them do some practical and learn some church history, do a lot more theology work. So this is just very exciting. So thank you so much, Professor, and I hope that you find my paper interesting, and I hope that you're able to also find in the appendix I have a couple more things to share with you, just on the print shop as well.